Peace, brothers and sisters. My name is Shonuff, citizen of the RNA Republic of New Africa, and this is brother
Mbulu, citizen of the RNA.
And today we're going to have a discussion about black power, from talking to doing. And one of the things that I want to touch on is, throughout my journey of, finding out who I am as a person and as a black man, I've come across a lot of people, a lot of talkers that present a lot of ideologies, but present no real plan or infrastructure, something that the average person can do to better themselves and better the black community. Brother Mbulu, explain to the people what exactly the RNA is.
The RNA is the Republic of New Africa. In 1968, a group of black individuals got together in Detroit, Michigan, and declared the existence of a black nation for black people in the United States. They named that nation the Republic of New Africa. They wrote a constitution for the black nation called the Code of Umoja. They also wrote a black creed which suggested how we should relate to one another. And they wrote a black Declaration of Independence. So the Republic of New Africa is the national structure or national representation of who we are as a people. We are black people because we have that culture. All of us have that culture. We're also African people because our roots are in Africa. But we also need to have an identity, a national identity. And it doesn't say much about our political astuteness if we identify nationally with the people who have enslaved us and continue to discriminate against us and kill us and try to commit genocide against us. So instead of identifying ourselves nationally with the United States, we should identify ourselves with our own country. And the name of that country is the Republic of New Africa. At one time, the Republic of New Africa was functioning at a pretty high level. That was at the end of the 1960s, the early 1970s. But the RNA was attacked in the same way the Panthers were attacked. And much of the activity that was related to the RNA was suppressed for a long time. But now we are trying to get this idea into the mind of most blacks in the mainstream so that we as a people can begin considering options that are available to us that don't confine us to what is satisfactory to white power America or John and Jane Doe. You mentioned that we do a lot of talking, but then when it comes time to actually doing anything worthwhile, when it comes to building an infrastructure, we don't do anything. Right. We have a lot of people talk, but we don't have anybody presenting a structure that can take us to where we need to be. But if we look at the RNA, we see that structure. All we have to do is to make use of it. Any talk of black power is useless unless we build an independent infrastructure that we can fall back on. We can't fall back on the United States of America. We have to take the time, put out the resources, use the energy to build something that is going to be beneficial to us. And it's worth the time, it's worthwhile to do it, even though it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. But if we don't take on that task and tasks like that, we're never going to make any worthwhile progress. So we have to stop messing around with protesting because we know it doesn't work. We have to stop messing around with demonstrations. Stop coming up with these solutions that involve white America or a collaboration between white America and black America. We have to stop doing all of the things that have not worked in the past and start building an infrastructure that can take us to where we want to be, to where we need to be.
Okay. And you touched on it briefly in the introduction, but how exactly do we as black people identify ourselves? You know, as because you know, with a lot of these groups, people have the misconception that, you know, if you're a member of, we'll take the Republic of New Africa, that you can't be a Christian or you can't be, you know, have any religion or anything like that. Can you elaborate that on a little bit?
The Republic of New Africa is a nation. It's a country. The Republic of New Africa is the equal of the United States of America. Any possibilities or any choices that you have in the United States of America, you would have those choices in the Republic of New Africa or almost any other nation. The Republic of New Africa is not an organization. The Republic of New Africa does not tell you what your religion is or if you have to have a religion. It doesn't tell you that you have to be a socialist. It doesn't tell you that you can't choose to be who you want to be. There's no discrimination against as far as sex is concerned. The RNA is a nation. You can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, you can be an agnostic. Anything that you do now as part of the USA, you can do as a citizen of the RNA. And in addition to that, because of the circumstances whereby we are in this country, by naming ourselves or declaring ourselves citizens of the RNA, we are not giving up any of the rights that are due us as citizens of the United States. We're not giving up those rights. What we're going to do is deprioritize those rights and concentrate on the rights we have as citizens of our own independent country. We would have more freedoms, more opportunities, more options as citizens of our own country than we would as citizens of a hostile country. We are never going to achieve more than second class or maybe even third class citizenship in the United States of America. And in addition, as citizens of our own country, we have possibilities opened up to us that are legal from our point of view, even if they're illegal from white power's point of view. So we are limited by the laws and the restrictions that the United States puts on us when we function as citizens of a country that is different from the United States.
So how do we jumpstart the independent black economy?
Okay, well, let's start off with what we are promoting, and I want to make it clear to people. We are citizens of the Republic of New Africa. We are not part of the provisional government of the Republic of New Africa. The provisional government of the Republic of New Africa has been practically non-existent, has not been functioning in the community for a number of years. So we are acting as citizens of the Republic of New Africa, but we are applying principles that were espoused in the Constitution of the Republic of New Africa and in most of the important writings. But we are expanding on some of those ideals. So, in order for us as black people to start making progress, the first thing we need to do is identify ourselves as New Africans. We need to start identifying ourselves as New Africans. It is an insult to be called a Negro or African American, an Afro American, or a colored person, because those terms do not represent us as a people. So we need to use terms that represent us as a people and identify us with a national government that to be concerned about our well-being. That's the first thing we need to do. The second thing we need to do is to make our nation known. We need to popularize, put it in the mainstream black mind what the RNA is, so that they know. And the third thing we need to do is to start building an independent black economy. And that independent black economy has to revolve around our own currency, the black dollar.